Yeah. All right, welcome back to another impromptu episode of Emotional Nightmares. I'm not quite sure how we're doing this. This was completely unplanned. So again, we're back. We're still here at the 831 Club. For those of you that have been watching, we just did that episode with Nikki. So oddly enough, the kids wanted to be on an episode, so they are choosing to come on. We're not asking them to do this. I want to make that clear, so we're not exploiting kids around here. But they are asking to come on because they want to share a unique side of the story that I guess we don't get to see as addicts and alcoholics and people struggling with it, right? And that is how this affects the lives of children. I think we as addicts and alcoholics, we probably know because most of us come from the background of our parents, right? But a lot of us don't think that we're putting our kids through a lot of things, right? So, with that being said, right, so you wanted to come on and talk your shit, right? Yeah. So what do you want to say?
Well, so based off of just listening off of my mom's story, my name's Zariah. I am the little blonde boy in her story. I still remotely remember the day of me playing basketball down there. I do remember that. But
You're actually trying to give her a piece of gum. Is how it all actually started. That was the first time that you met Nikki, actually. Yeah. You came to Nikki and was like, "You want some gum?" And like that was actually the first time. It wasn't the basketball. The basketball was the second time.
Yeah, that was part two.
Yeah, I don't remember the first time.
I knew who you were and was comfortable enough to pick you up.
Yeah. Because I don't remember the first time. Was that also at a meeting?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But go ahead, man.
So just like it was just hard to see my parents go through it because I've seen both sides. I've seen them both at their highs and I've seen them both at their lows, and it was a hard subject to face because I was there that night when 911 was called and she was rushed to the hospital, and well, not the hospital. You were in an ambulance though, and I watched my dad get arrested. It was a hard subject to face, and it was hard for me to face the fact that my dad was gone for 4 months because he was in jail. But then he got out of jail and was trying to figure out what he wanted to do. So he went to my grandma and Tyler to get clean, and then he got clean and he got his apartment, and he did good for a while, and then it was going good. We would go there on the weekends. We would have dinner together every Wednesday. I was in sports during that time. Yeah. So it was hard to make plans, but we worked it out. And then he passed away 4 months later. So it was a hard subject to face because I watched him be really sick before he passed too. So Thanksgiving's a hard holiday for me because of it happening, but it's just hard because we're just watching them go from their highs and their lows. Like, it's a struggle because not at that young age, like her age, you don't really see your parents as a drug addict. You see them as, that's my parent. That's my parent. They're trying their best. But at the end of the day, when I got older and I started figuring more stuff out, it got to the point where I was like, hey, my parents are on drugs. So it got hard. I was living with my aunt and my uncle. They helped me out while she was getting the help that she needed to be able to be a parental guardian and a motherly figure. So my grandma was watching them, and after all of that happened, my grandma's wish was 1 year for you to be clean?
Yeah.
So she got her 1 year clean. To then she got both of them back, and now has her own house and is doing good from it all.
How did it affect you? Do you think? Because like you watched both parents really struggle. Like how did it impact you?
Yeah, you watched the domestic disputes
It-
and you've seen we were
You've
talking about
seen
it
way
earlier.
more.
It wasn't all bad,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
it was the really was a fairy tale, really was. Like, couldn't have asked for a better relationship between both parents, because we all sat down and we played games together. We had it was like Friday night game night or something.
Science
Yeah.
Sundays.
It's,
Science
yeah.
Sunday, yeah.
Yeah.
We used to have wacky Wednesdays.
Yeah.
We used to have game nights. We would have fun. We would have nights, and then my dad got into drinking, and it got rough from there, and they hid it for a while from us kids. We didn't know what was going on until one day we all seen it happen, and it's a traumatizing experience, but
Yeah.
we can't take that back. At the end of the day, she's still my mom. That's how it's gonna be. And but there was good things a part of it all, and we made it work. She got clean and is staying clean. She's got my sisters.
You visit
Watching my dad going through it was hard to face too. Watching him get clean, and then watching her get clean, and watching my mom get clean too. It
Which one?
my
Which
birth
one?
my birth mom.
Yeah, so because you got the other perspective too, right? So you
Mhm.
got
Of
to
glass.
see your father go through it, your mom go through it, and your biological mother.
Correct.
Because I mean that's the side of the story that we didn't tell either, is where Nikki trying to get clean, trying to fight for custody as well too, and your biological mom got custody, which God love her. She's, I love her dearly. But she got custody. She ended up with full custody of you, right? So
Mhm.
you ended up having to go with her,
Correct.
and then mom relapsed, right? And then
Yeah.
she relapsed,
Yeah.
and then
And
she relapses like the world ends,
Yeah.
you know.
And then she ended up back in jail.
So how did that impact you?
It hurt. It really did, because she was doing good, and then for her to relapse and then end up in jail again, it made me feel some type of way about myself, because I wasn't sure if I was doing good as a person. Like, I wasn't sure if I was the reason she did that, or like if it was my brother or if it was somebody in my family. Like, I wasn't sure why it happened. So it was a hard impact. It put a lot of stress on me, trying to manage school and my home life. Still struggle sometimes, but it's life. Nobody said it was going to be easy. So gotta live every day.
How do you feel about drugs and alcohol right now?
They don't want me to go down their path, and I don't plan on going down their path. I want to be able to go to the military and then go to college to then have a degree of some sort to be able to build my life, and then to be able to have a healthy marriage and kids of my own one day.
Good goals. Good
Yeah. I either want to be an entrepreneur and open my own business, or go for welding or go to a trade school. I have like 4 different paths I want to achieve, at least.
Good.
Okay, as a mom, I'm gonna step in here because
Yeah.
he's very,
Yeah,
very
I'm waiting.
sheltered and he's stuffing it all down and in. So if you're not gonna pry, I'm gonna pry. Okay.
Well, we don't want to go too deep. I don't want him to feel completely uncomfortable.
Right. Well, the other little one wants to talk. She doesn't understand why her brother gets to talk. So we're gonna free wing this. And let
What
her
does that
speak.
mean?
Sure.
I do promise you that she's very vocal, and I don't know what's gonna come out of her mouth, and I apologize. Go ahead,
I want
Harley.
Yaya help. I want Yaya.
He's right beside you.
I want Yaya. He's not the way you was there.
So, how did you feel when Mommy and Daddy were drinking?
I didn't like it.
Why? What did it make you feel?
Horrible. I didn't get to see Dad much often because Mom or Dad was either drinking. I was with Grandma all the time. And Dad.
Mm-hmm.
Me and Ivy were with Grandma half the time while Mom and Dad were trying to stay clean, but they couldn't.
Okay, and how did it feel when you got your daddy back?
It felt good because I could see him and I liked it until me and my brother, he had a seizure on the porch. Me and my brother didn't know what to do.
Okay. How did it feel losing him?
Horrible. I hated it.
It was a hard subject to come past because the moment I was with my friends, hanging out with them down at the park, to the very phone call you called me crying, telling me I needed to get home. Right then and there, I threw my phone into the grass and I dropped down on the street crying. And Walker has always been there by my side.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, that is my number one go-to. That is my best friend.
Walker
He
was
there-
like Mom's adopted son.
Quite literally. He was there with me when it happened. I threw my phone crying, dropped on the street. He asked me, he was like, "Are you okay?" I was like, "No, my dad is really sick. He was really sick. I'm pretty sure this phone call is telling me he passed away." So I sprinted home from the park. I was there in probably 2 minutes. I walk in, there's, 2 cops and a bunch of people there, just sitting there. That's when you came over to me, told me to sit down, and that's when you announced that my dad
has
passed away. And that took a big impact on me because me as a person, I still can't accept the fact that my dad's gone. Because at the end of the day, that was
your best friend. Your
that was
rock,
my
your sidekick.
that was my ride or die. That was my best friend.
Yeah.
That was my go-to. But now that he's gone, it's kind of hard to face that. But I have.
Me and you were Daddy's little people.
We
Yeah.
we were his devil
little
babies.
yes.
We were his devil babies, but his true blues too. So,
Yeah.
but that put a big impact on my life, and still is a big impact.
And then, like, not only that, but, like, after your dad passing, what about the chaos that I
Oh my God.
drug you guys through? You
It
know?
was hard because
He
we were
was
jumping
with-
from house to house.
Yeah.
Right.
We
But
would
it
be
was-
going from one house to the other
it was
house to
either
the
I
other
was-
house.
I was either at the house with Jaden because you were doing something, at
Or I was-
drugs, and then or I was at my aunt and uncle's or my grandma's, and then that's when I moved into my aunt and uncle's full time, and they said that you were trying to get the help that you needed, and then you came and saw us and was like, "Hey, I'm getting the help I need. I'm gonna be gone for a while. Is there anything else you guys need?" And me and Jaden still remember to the day we both said, "Not a thing.
Yeah.
You need to get yourself right." And we walked away. And that was heartbreaking for everybody.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That was a hard day.
That day
But
I had to
to
move
see-
to my grandma's.
Yeah, you and Ivy both had to
Yep.
move down to grandma's, and me and Jaden moved
To what's her
Aunt
name?
Nikki's and Uncle
Yeah.
Brian's.
Which Jane's still there.
Well, that's
By
'cause your-
choice.
Yeah, your brother's there by choice. now.
Yeah.
He's
My mom
finishing out
asked
his
him.
senior
He
year.
wants
Tell
to.
everybody's business, Harley.
That's why I said she's very vocal and she says
I'm
what
not
she wants.
vocal. I don't even know what that means.
Me too. Okay, I more so meant the chaos, right? Because I'm accountable for my own actions today. You know, there was a lot of people in and out of our houses. There was a lot of things that you guys were exposed to, that you probably shouldn't have been. And I would rationalize it and justify it, right? Because, like, they're getting all the toys they could possibly want, and they're getting brand new iPhones because Mama's sugar daddy is paying for all of it.
Yeah, I got AirPods. He got like 3 iPhones.
And I got one tablet.
Yeah, and, none of that was right. And you guys aren't stupid, so.
Yes, I am.
I thought I was getting away with it.
But at the end of the day, like, you thought you were getting away with it, and because it was a hard subject to come past, because I knew something was going on, because one day you would say, hey, I'm struggling when it comes to bills, we need to save money as of right now, to then wake up on Christmas and we can't even walk through the living room because how many presents are there.
Seriously,
like,
that was hard. That was hard to walk
on?
through because we had me, Ivy, Jaden, you, and Paul's daughter.
Oh, don't even get me started.
Hey,
on
hey,
that.
Oh my
hey,
gosh.
Hey, that's not what we're here for. Okay.
But I mean, ultimately, right? Like, it's all coming together.
Yeah. How's life with
Right.
Mom now?
Great. I love it.
So,
I get to live with her.
so it's all coming together. You guys are overcoming the traumas as a unit,
That's right.
right? You guys are all overcoming the trauma.
And, I don't hide them from any of it, right? Like, they go to meetings with me. Holly
Yes,
does
I
readings
do.
at
I do
meetings.
readings. My mom actually
Right,
found a
which-
video of me.
Yeah,
Doing one in the morning.
And that's okay, right? Because there's going to be people that are watching this now. Like, I was just sitting here contemplating this, right? Like, I was thinking this, and, like, I'm sure there's going to be people that are watching this that are like, how dare her put the kids on the camera, right?
Oh, they wanted to.
And that's why I
We
wanted
wanted
to make
to.
it known that
Zraz, like,
they
can I go?
they really wanted to, so, like, we're going to do it anyway because, like, that's what they want, right?
Right.
And, like, at the end of the day, I think it's important that people see, like, as a collective unit, families can heal from trauma, and you can heal together. But if you don't make the changes to do these things, you're never gonna heal, right?
That's right.
And, like, it would be different if you were still out there doing the things you were doing, but you've taken every step possible
Yeah.
to make this happen anyway, where you can start being able to have everybody under one roof. So I think it's important that we understand that you can go. Like, I want the people watching to understand that, like, there was a point in time where you were homeless and the kids were in different care. At times where you didn't even really know where the hell they were at,
Right.
right?
I didn't
To
know
a
where
point,
I was half the
right?
time.
You didn't even know where you were. To a point now where everybody can be under one roof. So for the people that are watching that are struggling with, what am I doing to my kids, or where are my kids, or CYS has stepped involved, or all these people are involved, and I'm never going to get my kids back, and my kids are gone. It's possible that you can make it happen,
That's right.
but you got to make this, you have to make that change. It's taking you about 2 years and some change, right? To
Yeah.
be able to get to a point where, like, this is still all new, right? Like, the girls have just been home now. How long have they?
Like 2 months.
2
No,
months.
they've been here since June 1st. So,
Okay, so
yeah.
a few months.
Yeah.
Right? So
Getting
it's
adjusted to a new house, a new
Yeah.
city, a new school, everything.
right.
You
So
know
it's
what I
only
mean?
been a few months that this is new, right? So it's taken time, and there's still more to do, right?
Oh, yeah.
There's still trauma and pain, and there's still stuff to work through.
Yeah, but the way
yeah.
that we handle it is different now. You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm not going to yell and scream at them because I know that I've caused this pain, this trauma. We heal together. I might have to sit on her in the kitchen floor and hold her
Right.
hands to get her to breathe. But,
Right.
I did
Oh my god.
meditating and breathing with him. and
Yes,
it's
It's the, like, it's anger issues because
be
of
patient.
That's
it's
me.
like,
You know what I mean?
and
That's
through the whole trauma experience, like, I can't even sit down and talk to anybody about my problems at this point. It's me, myself, and I at this point.
Well, now you're sitting here talking to everybody on YouTube
Well,
about your
he's like,
problems.
Yeah.
It's it's just a problem because you don't know who's right and who's wrong at the end of the day. I wore the same bracelet for a year and a half. I haven't took it off once, and it says "Be the change you want to see," and that's what I live by because it's the truth. Like, and just to know that, like, just to be able to go to school every day and just think about that, the hard, like, the fights and all of that was hard at times, and like CYS was involved, but at the end of the day they were there to help out. They were there to make sure our parents were doing the right thing. They helped out. They put a big impact on us too.
Yeah.
And so have you, Tyler.
You helped
when
our mom.
Nikki messed up and my dad died, like,
You were the one helping her.
you were my go-to person. Like, you called me every day. You were checking in on me. You've always been there for us.
Yeah, absolutely. Right. So, and like at the end of the day, like, I can tell you your dad would be very happy, right?
Yeah.
I know he'd be very happy, especially the fact that you guys are all able to still be a unit together. The fact that you're still in fucking school, because, like, I'll be honest with you, me and your dad, like, we were done with school by the time we were your age. You know what I mean? Like, we were mess ups. Like, me and your dad, like, we thought we knew it all by that time, you know?
You know,
Boy, we sure did. We thought we knew the whole world's solution in a matter of like one day, right?
Yeah.
So like the fact that you guys are still doing everything, like you know, he would be very proud of you guys and very happy to see like this is still the thing, you know.
and also part of that, like, I'm not saying I don't think I know everything, because she's yelled at me a few times for that, but at the same time, I'm also a teenager. That's what we do. We're petty.
Yeah.
And, but then
you're petty.
also,
We'll take it.
but also
You are.
at the same time, I also know that there's there's supervisors and there's people that are superior to me, like the elder, my family, just my friends' parents, like people that will definitely help you. Because they say you learn something new every day. So, not nobody in the world knows everything, you know?
Yeah.
It's put a major impact to see how far everybody's come through the journey.
Yeah.
It was a hard trail to take, but, you know, we found the smooth ground through it, so.
Yeah. Yeah, and you guys keep trucking along, man. And, like, that's what, you know, that's what it takes. You know, everybody's moving, man. Everybody's getting through it, and you guys are still pushing along, man. And that's what's important. So
That's what it takes. I mean, it takes all of us to make things work. Not just one person can change and expect everybody else to. Everybody has to fix their actions to each their own.
Yeah.
To be able to make things right in the situation. But
very, very true.
Us as humans, that's hard to say to some people because they take it wrong, but it's life. That's how that happens, you know?
Yeah.
There's some things you can do and there's some things you can't. You have to deal with it.
Yeah, man. And you guys have learned this at a young age. You know? You guys got bright futures ahead of you. Very bright futures.
I think bigger than I should at 14, but...
Yeah.
Broke the microphone.
You broke it. You broke it.
Yeah, I mean, you guys definitely... Yeah, man, I'm proud of you guys. I'm proud of you. You guys are going far. I know your dad would be proud of you. Absolutely.
I think it was a hurt piece for me to realize how much I had actually hurt my kids. So the older one that's not here right now, when I first got clean, he didn't want to talk to me, right? I'm calling, I'm texting, he's not replying, anything. And then after I celebrated my 1 year clean, I had taken him to go get his driver's license. And on the way home, he parks the car and he's like, okay, we can talk now. I'm like, what do you mean we can talk now? And he got vulnerable. And he let me know exactly how he felt. All the things that I had put him through. How he felt alone since the day that me and Terry relapsed. How he felt that he had to be the man of the house. How I put him, his brother, and his sisters on sketchy situations where he was worried, you know what I mean? Not sketchy like for them, but for me, you know, like my children have watched me.
Sketchy for them too.
Yeah, my children have watched domestic disputes between not only me and my husband, but any male validation that I seeked after that, you know, they've witnessed some shit, and it wasn't right for them to see or to live through or anything like that. And yeah, he told me about myself and how I made him feel, and it made me feel about this big, but it's his right to feel that way, right? I caused that, and I had to accept that, and I had to allow him that time to heal and to recover from that, or to forgive me, you know? And we're still working on it. It's a lot better than it was. But at the end of the day, I had to accept that for all of them, right? And they're all their own strange little creatures.
Strange little creatures.
Strange little creatures, right? But they're all,
I'm
they
not
all have their own
strange.
beautiful, crazy attitude and characteristics.
Yeah, I get my attitude from you.
And also part of like that, it was also a hard subject to come past because after they both relapsed, that like my dad relapsed and then he got clean and then passed away, and then she relapsed, and I'm gonna be honest, I didn't want anything to do with her after she relapsed. It made me feel some type of way because at the end of the day, I knew her as mom, and seeing her like that really put an impact on myself. It made me feel like something wasn't right. I didn't answer her for like a week straight after she was clean and there and texting me. I didn't answer her for probably a week. Yeah. But then I gave in and I forgave her. And I'm glad I did that because it put a major impact on my life too, because at the end of the day, I got my mom back. That's my mom, you know?
Absolutely. Alright, well, I'm gonna end this, right?
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
I appreciate if you watch
Specifying
this
his
little
mic is
segment.
broken.
I don't know how we're gonna.
Bonus edition.
Yeah, something like that. We'll figure it out. I don't know how we'll do this. But, you know, I mean, it was 27 minutes, so we'll figure it out, though. But I appreciate everybody for watching this as well, too. And I hope that it helped you in some way, shape, or form. So, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, get up.
Thank you for watching.